building on a Friday. Yo, what's up, Zach?
Morning. We got
Von,
Vaughn remote this morning.
Von Solo is remote this morning. Von, you with us yet?
He's about
Still
to.
in the,
There we
and
go.
I'm still in the back.
There's Von.
I'm
There's
still in the
Von in the
background.
building. Yeah.
What's up,
You
baby?
ain't now.
Peace and
Front and
love. I'm
center.
in the
Yes, sir,
building.
you
In
are.
the building. You hear me?
In the building. Yes,
I'm in the
sir.
building.
So, happy Friday again to everyone. So, again, um, topics today, we just gonna surf the media, surf the news, man. There's so much stuff going on, and my mind was just going, and I think I need my co-host to help me get get some understanding to it. I don't even know where to start. I saw so much in the last 24 hours.
Getting crazy.
Getting
It's violence over violence, ain't it?
oh
Yeah.
man. So with the latest news, anything jump out to you guys at all you like to help me understand or throw out to the people?
What'd you see?
So I saw okay. First of all, let's talk about these gas prices because that's where you hit me. God damn it, man. Look, these gas prices. I, and so, you know, they say the war is causing the gas prices to go up, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
I know the U.S. has, a stash on oil. I know that we get a lot of our oil from overseas, Russia, OPEC, what have you. But man, please help me understand.
We only get 8% of our
8%.
right from Russia.
Okay.
So, I mean that the argument.
Wait, was that A or eight?
8%.
8%.
8%.
As in 7, 8, and then 9. That 8.
Yeah.
Well, what I would pay to fill my tank up, I'm getting way more than less than 8% of full at this point.
Yeah, and then the one group is going to say, "Oh, it's because of Russia." The Biden administration actually started pushing the Putin oil prices, blah blah blah, and then you've got the other side saying, "Well, but you guys shut down." Biden, part of his policies was shutting down um, pipelines, which have caused us to not be energy efficient anymore.
Mm.
And so it's the argument back and forth. And then you have the same thing that happened before. Many months ago, I was watching something somewhere where the guy came and said, "I work at a plywood factory. We make plywood. We have plenty of plywood."
Mm-hmm.
But because they had lost so much money, what they were doing was they were withholding what they had so they could create a false demand, charge more to make up for what they lost during the pandemic.
Don't they call that price gouging on the other side of that?
And nobody's doing anything about it. And that's the federal government's job, is to stop price gouging. And so, you see the markets, they're going up and down. I mean, the market the other day was down 200 something, and then it went up above green 400 and something dollars. I mean, it's just like, yeah, it is a bit crazy. So.
Oh man, yeah. I went to the pump, and I'm like, I drive past them all the time, but when you got to stick that card in, and you say, "Whoa, wait a minute, for what?"
And you see these 18-wheelers that were paying $600, $700, $800, and now they're paying thousands of dollars.
So
you think yours is bad?
You know how you drive past the gas station and they have the little price of regular, what's the premium and the diesel?
Mm-hmm.
I saw a meme where it said, "This sign, gas prices is higher than your some of your credit scores." It was true. It was like 695 somewhere, like 640.
I can't imagine what gas prices are at in California.
I couldn't, and that was probably from California,
because I was paying $5 during the Super Bowl.
So yeah, that might be California paying almost $7 a gallon. I could not imagine, man.
That's ridiculous. Absolutely.
And so I call myself being smart, right? Because it would take me about $40, $45 to fill up before all this. So I say, okay, I'm just gonna put the $40, $50 in there. Man, I had to be back in
Basically
2-3 days.
then basically drove to the
to the
next
next
gas.
one. Yeah, there you go.
I remember those days driving that
Oh,
Mustang, man.
man.
You get on it and you're basically driving from one gas station to the next. Oh,
That was crazy.
yeah.
Oh, what else we got going on? Gas prices.
Well, I mean, obviously the biggest story is Russia, Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to be referred to the Hague for war crimes?
Now, I'm glad you mentioned that because
Did you do your research on the Hague?
I did not on
You
the
did?
Hague.
Okay.
I did not on the Hague. But, and again, I'm kind of war ignorant, but isn't killing civilians during war a war crime?
Yes, especially so. This is where it gets kind of shaky because we actually were talking about this a minute ago in conspiracy theories, but
Okay.
Ukraine saying, hey, you bombed a maternity hospital.
Yes.
And then Ukraine, and then Russia's saying, well, we didn't do it. They did it to themselves to make it look like we did it. Yeah.
Okay.
They're coming saying, look, we saw your plane. Plane goes. Plane shoots missile. Russian plane, Russian missile, hospital blows up. What do you mean? And of course, his crazy thing, I was in the Today Show yesterday, and it was funny because Keir Simmons, he's the guy who's always in England, and he's British, and he's in Russia. And before he's even starts talking, Mel, the one of the other hosts of Today Show, basically informs you that Putin has put a restriction, so there's only certain things that this guy who's in Moscow can say. And so his entire report was, yes, I'm here in Moscow. Putin says da 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 da. He couldn't say it's a lie. All he could do was say his little part of what he's allowed to say before he ends up in. I mean, they're jailing people because they're the ultimate. Matter of fact, their whatever secretary came out and said they haven't invaded Ukraine. The TV that they were pushing out in Ukraine to Russia, to all the Russian public was, we don't know what they're talking about. We don't. What are you talking about? We didn't invade Ukraine.
Really?
Wow. What do you mean? What do you mean you? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Vlavarov, whatever the fuck his name is.
Hey Vaughn, can you see that being true? Like, you know what I'm saying? Ukraine putting out fake news or fake media, fake videos.
Well, aren't they still considered a communist country?
Ukraine?
Not Ukraine.
No, Russia.
You said it wrong then. You said Ukraine putting out video.
Yeah, I said it right.
Oh no, they are. They had a little video of the guy who the Russian soldier they said gave up, and they were feeding him and FaceTime his mom, and he started crying. I don't know if it's true or not. I have no idea if that's true or not.
The propaganda is ridiculous.
That
however, if Russia is still a communist country, if I can remember, I don't know if that's what they broke down the wall for. I don't remember that. They still going to. Yeah, right. And they're going to be controlling, everything. The government controls everything. So, whatever agenda that they want to push, I'm not surprised. It's no different from when we were talking about, China, regulating, childbirth over there. And, they're going to do what they have to do in order to, make both their people comfortable and make other people not see them as being as violent and as ruthless and as thoughtless as what most people are thinking about, man.
Yeah. Well, and we know that China regulates their media. We know that for a fact.
Right.
So our freedom of speech don't work over there, huh?
No.
Absolutely not. If you want some more kids, guess what? You ain't gonna have them. It ain't about what you want. It's more so of I guess you could say a holistic thing.
And Saudi Arabia is guilty of not just silencing or jailing, but I mean they chopped Khashoggi into little bitty pieces.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh no,
Right. They chopped
we
them
were
up and
talking
got
about
rid
the
of
other
him.
day. He walked into an embassy and 5 duffel bags walked out.
And we ain't talking about full of clothes and drawers either.
Oh, he probably had some clothes and some drawers.
Oh, it had some clothes in there, but somebody was in them clothes.
Yeah, he had
Those clothes were occupied.
Pants leg over here with the leg still in it, and his other pants leg over here with another leg in it. They chopped that dude in little bitty pieces.
So speaking of gas prices and finger pointing, when we see gas prices soar like this, and the economy does this, starts to go up like it is, or inflation or whatever, we tend to point the finger at who's the head of the country, the president. So I think people are a little mixed up about what actually controls gas prices. Is it the president don't have nothing to do with the prices, right?
Yeah, he does actually. So
Okay.
The president has the ability to there's a lot of parts to it. Obviously, if you own,
but he can't. But this is what I'm saying. Before you get started, he can't say, "Hey, push the prices up."
I mean, no, but he could create the demand, and that's basically what's happened now. And remember, he campaigned on raising gas prices so that more people would go electric. Do your research. The man had like 5 or 6 speeches where he's talking about, I don't care about gas prices because we all need to be
green.
We all need to be green. So let's remember that. Not that that's a bad thing. I think that the only thing that side, their mistake is well, we need to be green. I mean, I look at you and I say, don't you want to just breathe easier? I mean, wouldn't you like to go to LA and not look at what looks like a thunderstorm coming down, a brown thunderstorm cloud coming at you, which is small? Wouldn't you like to see wouldn't you like to just see a bright blue sky? Who wouldn't? They just push it wrong. But so how gas prices work? Obviously, if you own a gas station, you can put the gas price wherever you want. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, you own the gas station. You buy the gas from the gas company, you put it in the ground, you pump it out to cars. You put your sign up, everybody tries to do their cheapest gas, whatever.
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two is, he cut off pipelines that brought, because we were 100%, not that Donald Trump is a president, but under Trump, we were 100% energy independent.
Yes.
In other words, that shit happened to President, nobody cared. Biden shut down pipelines. Now, there are a few arguments to be made about how there are leases out there that people that certain companies are not taking advantage of. With that said, though, the reason most of the oil companies aren't taking advantage is because Biden put all the regulations back on, which now makes it, you got to, I have a friend who does IT in the oil field.
Okay.
And, they want oil prices to go up because when they get oil prices up, he gets more work. He makes more money. So they want oil probably a little bit higher because we can then pump oil here. The problem again is there's so much regulations on it. And oil companies have done the same thing they did with plywood. We need to make up for all that money we didn't make when everybody stayed at home. Let's produce less, sell it for more, make some of our money back. And yes, as a federal government, you have the ability to say, we're not going to tolerate that. We're not going to put up with you doing that.
So if I understand correctly, because I I don't know. America wants to reserve all their oil. Is that correct? And so, if that's the case, they're buying oil from other countries. The other countries say, okay, you want to buy our oil? We're going to raise the price right now. And so we're paying that price for that oil because we don't want to tap into our resources.
Remember, we have Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Venezuela. There's a ton, Canada. There's a ton of opportunity. So you create the ability to say, okay, well, you're going to charge this. What are you going to charge? Well, you're going to charge this. What are you going to charge? They have the opportunity to shop with oil. It's not like, oh, well, we have to pay, this is the price. And those countries don't come together. I mean, Saudi Arabia is not going to have anything to do with Venezuela or Kuwait or, whatever the case may be.
They're all different. So just because they're under OPEC, that oil.
But they still have the choice of how much they sell their oil for.
So
if I wanted to sell you my iPhone, I don't have to go off the price of iPhones. I can sell you my iPhone for however much I want to sell you my iPhone. If they're not making iPhones and you badly need an iPhone, I can price gouge you on my iPhone. I can do whatever I want. But they still get competitive in
with
oil
the country.
prices. Yeah.
Okay.
And right now we're talking about Venezuela. I mean, because they're talking to them, they're trying to, and we don't even recognize their president.
But
as being the president.
And I was about, I thought we shut them down and they was they was poor again.
And we did, but they are still one of the largest oil producers in the world. It's just that but we don't recognize the president of Venezuela, so that creates a whole nother issue.
He's in control of their oil,
basically,
but we don't recognize him.
But we're still talking.
I was about to say, and we're still politicking.
Well, and it's funny because Jen Psaki, the press secretary for Biden, came out and said, "No, that's not what we were. We were talking about the release of Americans." But yes, we did have a small conversation about their oil. And then she came out and said, "But we don't even recognize the president of Venezuela as a legitimate leader, Maduro." I get who there's two of them, but one of them won the election. The other one was like, screw you. I'm staying in office.
Yeah. Okay. News. Hey, what's up with the Jesse Smollett brother?
Come the fuck on with this dude.
Can I not go there?
No, you can go there because that shit's crazy.
Juicy Smollett.
That motherfucker is dying with the lie.
Now, I'll admit, I haven't heard anything. I heard he got sentenced. I saw the news, but I wasn't listening to it. So I saw him really like an emotional conversation kind of deal.
Hissy fit
Is
in
that what
court?
It was?
You talking about court?
Okay, so I'm asking. I'm like, he was.
Yeah, the hissy fit after he got.
So it was after he got sentenced, and
he was sitting at a table, and then he got up from the table, and they arrested him.
Oh, really?
Or they took him into custody? They didn't arrest him; they took him into custody.
Well, they asked him, did he have something to say? And that's when he stood up. He kind of went on his little, rant or whatever, saying that basically he did. I guess he was saying he didn't do it.
He's stuck.
Oh no! This is what he said. He said, I want you to let you know that I'm not suicidal.
Oh,
yeah. That's what he was saying, that he's not suicidal, and that if something happens to me while I'm in here, I did not kill myself.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said. He pulled the old Jeff Epstein out on us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that dude right there.
I thought.
Wow.
I mean, Jeff Epstein they said he killed himself with some Family Dollar sheets. It's like, wait a minute.
Trump did that. I'll stick with the conspiracy. Trump and the crown of England, they done took that full.
Come on, man.
Way too many people involved.
Come on, man. So you just so happen y'all on a shift change while he switching the sheets up?
Fell asleep. The only time he's ever fallen asleep at work was on the day that Epstein, whatever you want.
I thought they said it was a shift change too.
It was shift change, but then the dude took
And
a nap.
he shift changing and sleep at the same time.
He was
You
sleepwalking.
needed all the stars to line up in order to hit the jackpot. And they all happened when this guy who had all these tons of information was in there. Oh, I was just so ready for him to burn the house down.
But now back to now. Come on, I was with Smollett.
Okay.
When he was like, hey, this is what happened to me. I'm like, oh, they did, this is some crazy, oh, Trump, this is our city. And I'm like, all right, fuck you, let's find out who did this and let's throw him up under the jail.
Right.
And then we find out.
What did we find out, Zach?
We found out that two brothers,
they
were paid.
Yeah.
They were
two brothers, two imported brothers, not indigenous or
Wait, what was that, Vaughn? What kind of brothers?
Not indigenous.
They were imported. They were imported brothers. Let's just get this straight. These weren't two like Chicago street guys. These were guys that were from Nigeria. Those brothers came over.
Gave them money, but gave them money twice. So he gave them money the first time to buy the stuff that he told them to buy, right? And then they give them money. They go straight to a store. They buy it all at once. Mask, rope.
Wait.
Gloves, all at the same store. They didn't even break it up.
So if I understand correctly, someone wanted to kidnap or beat up Jussie Smollett.
Because he was juicy.
Oh,
Jussie Smollett wanted to stage.
Oh, Jussie did it.
Right.
He wanted to stage a hate crime.
Right.
Oh.
On himself.
So now what you saying a statement about if something happens to me while I'm in jail part, it makes.
Yeah, but now what happens?
He's premeditating his death.
His own, but is he premeditating? He's going to commit suicide in order to martyr himself?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't either after he just pulled that shit. But that he is the epitome of dying with a lie. I mean, even the black chief of police came out and said, we know for a fact that he staged this whole thing. We have text messages. The dumbass wrote them a check for the second half of their payment. This wasn't
a check.
Wrote them a fucking check
from his account
to pay them after they done did it.
Yeah, but I just don't. Is he clout chasing, or is he looking for attention? And what are you doing? So if this is what I want to know. If the plan went all the way through, what was the final? What did you want to come out of that? That's what I want.
He wanted to be the face of the fight against hate. I mean, he wanted to be the actor version of look at me. I mean, you never know. Maybe he wanted to run for office. Maybe he wanted to do, No. I'm talking about Smollett.
Okay.
Kaepernick became the face of kneeling. I think he wanted to be the face of something.
Okay.
And he's still in shape, by the way. They showed him yesterday throwing passes. He's still.
Yeah, he might have been on a team if his ass wouldn't have pulled that hissy fit in Atlanta.
Right.
I mean, that was all him. You had all the
in Atlanta. I'm not familiar.
The NFL basically.
We're talking Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah,
correct?
the NFL.
Okay. Yeah, they set up a workout for him.
We want to give this guy a shot.
Yeah.
A bunch of owners showed up to Atlanta to Mercedes Stadium, and then 30 minutes before the workout, he comes and says, "No, I'm going to have it at the high school down the street."
Maybe he feared for his life around.
How the fuck he gonna fear for his life? The ESPN was there. Every media outlet was in Atlanta, but he just wanted to drive it his way. I'm gonna do what I want. If I need a job, if I'm looking for a job, I don't call him and says, I'm gonna give you an interview, come to my office. I say, okay, 30 minutes later, say, no, we're gonna meet at Panera, bro.
But you wasn't meeting at their office though. Maybe he felt more comfortable.
That was
in the
their
hood.
that
maybe he felt comfortable in the hood around his own people.
No. If you really wanted a job, you would have showed up. You would have showed up and you would have interviewed. That is exactly what he was doing, was interviewing for a job. and you were then telling that company, no, I'm not going to come to your office. We're going to meet at Starbucks.
You're right, because that same company tried to bust his head already.
Who?
The NFL blackballing him. No kneeling.
That's not violence against him. They weren't assaulting him. All
He
he had
wasn't
to do was
assaulting
show
them and
up.
say, "Come down to my office."
Oh, he had to do it 30 minutes before.
Who cares?
He could have negotiated.
He probably found out something, man.
When they first decided to give him the opportunity to try out, he could have said, "Hey, I don't want to do it at a prime. I want to do it at a more open space."
Yeah, come to.
But
the
he
hood.
didn't.
He come to the hood.
But he didn't.
They
I don't even think it was the hood. It was right down the. It was like an hour.
He waited to the last minute,
It was
and
Brady Stadium is the hood.
But he waited. He did wait to the last minute, and for all those people in media that were there, he threw a little curveball in there at the last minute and kind of had everybody like, "Whoa, where did that come from?" But we never know the whole story about something. Even if he did say he felt like they're gonna set him up or something like that, man, we wouldn't know.
But there's another part to the Smollett. So Smollett was on the set of whatever the TV show that he was on.
TV show he was on.
Empire.
And says he got a hateful letter
on the show.
A racist, hateful letter.
Okay.
That he wrote.
Come to find out he wrote it.
I think he's psychologically imbalanced.
Obviously, he cuckoo for cocoa. You may say that fool cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
You just added
for Cocoa Puffs.
in it. Okay, 1 + 1 is 2, and add one more is 3.
But his whole family is just dying with this lie. I mean, he didn't come out and say, "Look, I felt this needed to be said. I shouldn't have stayed." I would have had much respect for the man.
He's psychologically imbalanced.
But that fool is just gonna die with this lie.
Hey, big fella, what you say? He a couple colors short of the rainbow or something like that.
I said he ain't gonna have no problems adjusting where he going. That's what I said.
Oh yeah, because he's fancy.
So what did they sentence him to?
Like 6 months.
6 months.
No, he got more than that.
He got 180 days and 3
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. He got that.
Wow. Okay, you may
and he's on
looking over here, gonna be googling some shit.
And he's on probation, but he's not restricted from going anywhere. He can go wherever he wants. He can still continue his career and all that. And he stood up and gave almost an Oscar performance. When he stood up, if you could read the comments.
You're talking about Oscar Mayer.
Oscar Mayer. Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar Mayer Wiener performance.
I'm talking about Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah, man, the comments were out of control, man. They went in on him. It was some hilarious stuff, but he did, he's faked so much and he's acted so much that when he stood up, it looked like he was acting, but he did it, man.
I don't think you can fake being psychologically imbalanced. I really think something's wrong with the kid, man.
Oh, I mean, obviously there has to be. He doesn't come clean. You are correct. I will agree to that point.
And I'm not saying that's the case.
Clean,
I'm not saying that's the case, but
you'd have to be.
Again, adding 1 + 1, then adding another one. Okay, that's 3. Yeah, that's you know what I mean? Like,
just say. I mean, it's kind of like a Hillary Clinton to me. You divorce Bill Clinton, I'm gonna have a little bit more respect for you. But as long as you're married to that cheating bastard that was sticking cigars up girls and doing all that stuff, and he's a known womanizer.
Clinton did that? Cigar?
He stunk a cigar, which is why Monica Lewinsky did commercials for cigars. It was hilarious.
Are you sick? Wait, bro, that's not a current affair.
Well, that's why she's still with him, being free.
That's what it is.
But in the end, I mean, if she would have beat Donald Trump if she would have announced her divorce from Bill Clinton during the campaign, middle of the campaign.
Who she the game?
That let you know, pimping is still strong in the United States, baby.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Where you can cheat in public and still come back home to mama. Mama's still there.
Hey, Big Dog. Hey, Von, you ain't just cheating in public. This ain't just me, you, or Zach cheating in public. This the president, yo. Like,
spotlight.
I think it was the political game, though. She wouldn't even been able to run for president if she'd have You know what I'm saying? As a
Right.
candidate,
But that's why I'm saying,
she
as soon
wouldn't-
as she won the Democratic nomination for the Democratic ticket, right?
right.
She should have said, by the way, everybody, I filed for divorce today. I would have been like, oh, that's some mic drop shit, right?
If you
That's
ain't
a mic
loyal, if
drop.
you're not loyal like Hillary Clinton is, I don't want you.
Oh, wait. You think she
I
loyal?
don't want you.
You think she loyal? Or she riding the ticket?
Shit, she riding the coat. Whether she
Hey,
still there.
whatever it is, if
She
you ain't
still
her.
there. When the smoke clears, she still there. Through rain, sleet, or hoe. She there. She there.
Wow.
She there, you know. And how we know she didn't send Bill out there to learn some new tricks. We don't know that.
Maybe she was getting with him and said, "Go get you a young one and bring it back."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Okay.
You know, they say monogamy is not natural. You know what I mean? We have to work on being monogamous. We're the only species that on this earth that's monogamous. You know, that's something you got to work on, baby.
Penguins?
Penguins?
Penguins aren't monogamous.
Mate for life. Yes, they are.
For real?
You don't know that.
I do know that. I watched too many stupid ass penguin documentaries.
But they all look the
Those are
same. So how you know
cartoons.
it's the same one?
I'm assuming they know. What do all penguins?
I'm just
All
gonna
penguins
say-
look. All white people look the same to you. All penguins look the same to you.
Hey, all penguins do look the same. Not all white people, but all
All
penguins.
penguins look the same.
Yeah, look, black, white, even the one on the Batman, he looked just like him. I'm just
All right. So I do want to do this because I thought this is interesting. So, you know, social media has made it to where if you promote violence on social media, they kick you off.
You serious?
What you mean promote? You mean like sharing videos of people fighting, or you mean like, hey, let's all go over here and riot?
Yeah, let's all go over here and riot. Let's go beat up this dude. Da, da, da.
Okay.
Right? You know they suspended that for people in Ukraine. They're
Wait a
allowing
minute,
them
They're
to
allowing. See what I'm
go
saying?
out and kill the Russians.
Hey.
Go out and murder these people. Fight for your. They opened it up.
And these all social media platforms, or some in
It's
particular?
Meta, so that's going to
so
be
Meta, yeah,
Facebook.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think.
yes.
Facebook, Instagram.
So with that being said, they need to incite themselves for doing the same damn shit,
What do you mean?
because you said when people commit violent acts on their platform, they shut them down, right?
Well, yeah,
Is that
because
what you
like the
said?
Capitol riots are attributed to social media as well.
Okay, so if they're gonna say, okay, go ahead and put this up here, aren't they doing the same thing?
What do you mean?
They're saying in Ukraine, okay, they're
Commit violence against
they're
Russia.
enticing them.
To commit no. They're basically saying if you say, hey, you know, if you say something that's about committing violence against Russia, we're going to allow it
Okay, but again,
temporarily. It's
just them opening up that door. In my mind, they're inciting violence
in Ukraine, yes, against
wherever.
Russia. No. You can only no. Each platform is regulated per country, so even if they open it up there, it doesn't open it up here.
But it's still the same thing. They opened it up.
Well, it's just like what they did with Iran and allowing the Iranian, whatever he is, to regulate what can and can't be said
done over there
about him.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? They are inciting this shit, in my
What's
opinion.
money?
Yeah, money, whatever. But you gonna persecute me for something you're gonna do? Oh, you're gonna not wear your mask, but I have to wear my mask. Conceptually,
Do as I say, not as I do.
there you go. Thank you, big dog. Ah, okay.
All right, so I do want to.
Where do we learn that at?
Not my dad.
The
Do as I
corporation
say.
of
Right.
United States of America.
No, my dad used to say that. Do as I say. Not as I
Right.
do.
We learned that at home. That's
Yeah,
what I was trying to say. Do what I say as I say and not as I do. That's crazy, man.
So
I can do
something that
what
I
you can.
said the other day about Ron DeSantis,
Hold on, I'm not familiar. Who's Ron
the
DeSantis?
governor of Florida.
Oh, Ron.
I thought it was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Making my way. making my way down south.
This is Fun Friday, right?
Yeah, it is.
On
Fun
the People's
Friday. There
Rebuttal
you go.
Podcast. Yeah, Fun Friday. Okay, I'm
So
sorry.
I was seeing all the little snippets. You're hearing about it the news. It's
Wow.
the anti-gay bill that's going on. Have you heard about this in Florida? It got passed. I think saying
Anti-gay bill.
you can't say gay.
For real?
What?
Yeah. Have you heard about this?
No.
But I thought gay meant happy.
Sure. I mean,
Until
you're a
they-
very gay person, Mr. Vaughn. Very gay. So there were two things that happened that I was like, man, that's kind of weird. One of the ones was the mask, where he's passing the student and he says, take off the mask.
Yes.
What they didn't show is what happened before that.
Okay.
He said, you don't have to wear the mask. If you want to wear the mask, you can take off the mask, or you can take off the mask.
Okay. So if I understand.
And then after that, he talked about we're not here to perpetuate, basically the propaganda that's going on.
Okay.
So there are these media sources that completely left out the entire context of what he was saying, which was you can wear a mask if you want to, but you can take off the mask. If you want to take off the mask, take off the mask. And then he turns around. So they cut that part out. So I apologize for the other day talking crap about Ron DeSantis, because I finally saw the entire video and was like, well, now hold on. That's not exactly what they twisted it, which we're going to do a podcast about liars. But
And just for the people that don't know, he's talking about Ron Santos is his name, correct?
DeSantis, Ron DeSantis,
Oh,
the
I thought
governor of Florida.
I thought you said Rhonda
No, Ron
DeSantis. Yes. Okay. I'm
So
sorry.
did he beat out the Terminator? I thought the Terminator was still the governor.
Oh,
now, that's
no.
California, and he got booted the moment everybody found out he had a love child by his maid for the kid was
Sure did.
10 years old when everybody found out that he
But what you did know, there was also the lady's name. He was hollering in Predator when he said Maria. It was her. It was her. I didn't know that. That's who he was screaming about. Maria.
See
Me
how much
neither.
you learn on the People's Rebuttal Podcast? Oh man, stick around, man.
He was screaming Maria. But we know why he was screaming now.
Now we know.
So now the second part was the can't say gay thing. The bill is actually focused on elementary school and young kids.
Okay.
It's not focused on high school.
Okay.
It's specifically focused so that kids don't have to come home and say, Mommy, what does this mean? I don't understand this.
Okay.
And basically somebody in the media asked him a question. And again, this is why you don't get your news from a single source. He was like, but you don't even know what you're talking about. This isn't about nobody. This is about indoctrinating, which we do know that schools and tribe, that's what it's about. You're not going to bring this up to a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is not that I completely agree with it anyway, because we need to learn at a pretty young age that, there are different families, one mom, one dad, 2 dads, 2 moms, divorced parents,
But in the words of Zach,
So how would it be growing up with both Debbies for you at the same
they
time?
killed each other.
No. So you'd ran away early just to get away from
No, I
it?
think they would have killed each other.
Wow. So Zach, I remember you telling me like there's certain things that a teacher shouldn't teach a child. Like, so where are these kids gonna
Yeah, I
get
don't understand how
acclimated?
that topic would even come up though. That's why I'm sitting there.
Like what really went on, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, yeah, I don't understand. My basic point of bringing that up is that there was more to it than what some sides were trying to say there were. But yeah, no, I'm 100%. Your teachers are not there to teach your children what political party they should be a part of. They're not there to teach your children what their belief system, their whether they're Christian or Jewish or Buddhist or Muslim. It's not their job. You're there for math, science, English,
Yeah,
all of
part.
that stuff.
Yeah, big.
You're not
Vaughn, yeah, you're right, Vaughn.
computer science.
English.
Yes, I said English.
Giara.
I was horrible. I was horrible. Yeah.
I just thought about something, and we were talking about this, saying that word and things of that nature, and I thought about like kids and talking about certain topics and sex in school. I remember when I was in school, man, junior high school, one of the best teachers of my life, and she was the sex education teacher. And I mean, bro, speaking of which, Vaughn, you're still was in the school system. Do they still have sex ed in schools?
Absolutely not in the school I was at. It wasn't.
Really?
I think they pulled that out of.
I think that's why so many people are confused. So many of these kids are confused.
And maybe that's why there's not as many pregnancies.
What was her name? Miss Kerrigan?
They can't find the hole.
Look,
I can't find the right one.
The right hole.
Or maybe they are educated and know when ovulation happens, and they just have sex when ovulation is not happening.
Well, and you shouldn't have. I mean, I've never really thought that sex education was a sensible biology. It deals in exactly that. I don't know why you're not approaching it in that. Why aren't you approaching it in biology? Why aren't you approaching it in a science class? Because again, no sex education teacher is going to talk to you about emotional connections or any of that.
Mine did.
Okay,
she even brought the banana in the condom, and you know what happened with that. And she did not put it over the banana peel.
A lot of that might have to do with these teachers touching.
She didn't peel that banana.
She peeled the banana and put it on there. Look, come here, up here.
You have to peel it. Man, did she put it in her mouth?
Bro, this was the best sex education I ever had in my life. Look, everybody.
So what was your reaction to the banana being peeled?
I'm thinking to
myself. Was she hot?
Depending on what you call hot.
To you.
The way she talked, I was turned on.
Yep. So that's why the greatest class. We got to the bottom of it. The people's rebuttal has gotten to the bottom of the situation.
Just put it like this: I was very interested in her.
Yes,
in her curriculum,
which is in all her curriculum, from head to toe. Boy, he was interested in all them curriculums.
Interested in her curriculum.
I bet. Zach, did you take a sex education class?
No.
Oh man!
I just remember us having a health class, but it wasn't called sex education.
Well, it could have been.
And they talked about STDs and stuff like that, but I don't remember them. I don't remember us having no sex ed class.
Miss Corrigan. Miss Corrigan. Yeah, Miss Corrigan.
I don't remember specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember. You learn about anatomy and things like that, and I'm assuming it would be easy to roll that into that part of science class. But
now that I think about it, it could have been cultural, because we were having young ladies 12, 13 years old getting pregnant. Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, y'all needed here's how you put a condom on that was correctly.
Yes, that was an intervention. Needed
there you go. It was an intervention.
What was your teacher's name in sex ed again?
Miss Corrigan.
Corrigan.
Mrs. Corrigan. Yes.
I wonder if she had like a girl 6 voice.
She kind of did talk real high, and then she tell you what you mean. Hey, and she said it all. She didn't.
Well, you know what I mean. One of those sex phone calls voices.
1-900.
Yeah, one of them.
Good boy.
You peeled the banana.
Voice, there's a good chance she had the content.
He wasn't looking at her voice though.
You peeled the banana.
Put that condom on that banana and saying, "Girl, you can put that on me anytime."
Yeah.
But now you got all these teachers getting busted.
She told you why?
I'm on the banana.
But you got all these teachers now getting busted having sex with these little freshmen and sophomore. Hell,
I think that's always been in our society, which is what's
Well, I
crazy,
know,
bro.
but now it's we got news is different than when we were kids. I mean, we wanted some news when we were kids. We had to watch 5 o'clock news. Man, you get that shit on your phone. You find that Louisiana kid who said he had a threesome with 2 teachers. He was like a sophomore or a junior.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you got
Oh,
some
yeah.
crazy
Give
stuff going
him
on.
a fucking cigar right now.
He
But,
said,
Let's talk about sex, baby. It's
Yeah.
all about
Yeah.
you.
Wouldn't that be
and
something?
hey, I have
Man, that dude will be the fucking mayor of the town.
already. He probably is. Low key. Now, but I have a to get back, to hold it back into seriously. Now, if y'all can help me or enlighten me, I saw something on the news. Now, mind you, I don't watch the news. I don't have an interest for it, but I do watch the weather, and just so happens some of these things flash across. But there was something about transgender kids, like really young kids.
State of Texas
And
sue.
What is that
They
about?
lost, by the way.
Now what was
Texas lost.
What was going on with this? Vaughn, you heard about this?
Yeah, it's
No, I
about,
didn't.
it's about parents making decisions for kids that want to be transgender, but making them when they're too young. In other words, not allowing them to develop first.
So they were
Right,
actually going
right.
through the process of having the genders changed.
Yes.
Kind of like Dwayne Wade's son.
Like his son really changed though.
I don't know if he's done it yet, but they was headed in that direction, and he was saying that they was letting their son choose what he wanted to be, and that was the whole big deal. People was coming out, some of the celebrities was coming out and saying that who was it? It was Lil Boosie. He came out publicly and said, he's not even, the kid's not even old enough to really know what they want. I mean, how you going to let them make a change that drastic? The finality of it is, I don't know if it's permanent or not, but a child, this person, this 12-year-old, or however old his son was a child, and you essentially letting a child make an adult decision that's going to affect them for the rest of their life.
And
so
these were
on
young
the topic
kids.
of yeah.
These were young kids though. Like
That's what they're trying to stop, is you basically, transitioning a small child. So I do want to bring this up since we're talking about teachers, because Vaughn and I talked about this. Let me see if I can share this screen.
Okay.
Share screen.
Big up to the barista in the building too, man. The Americano is amazing.
What's a barista?
I'm gonna share this.
Around the corner where they make my Americano. Oh, it's great.
Okay,
so there you go. Those people that filled your cup.
So it's not going to let me share the photo, but I shared this with Vaughn a while back. But this is a teacher up in here in DFW, Colleyville Heritage High School.
Colleyville.
Did you hear about this?
No.
So the principal put a picture up on Facebook, right?
Okay.
And then the school basically told him to take it down.
Okay.
Right. And it's this guy right here.
Okay, that's the principal.
Yeah, and I encourage you to Google this yourself, just because I can't share my screen with you.
Yeah.
Colleyville High School principal required to pull picture. It should come up. So he comes out and says, "Oh, they made me take the picture down. It was because I was black and my wife was white." It was all over MSNBC, all over CNN, the whole 9 yards. So then he starts pushing that, everybody's like, well, what was the picture? And so this is the picture that they say it was. Remember this, Vaughn? It's him leaning over to kiss her.
And this is his wife.
Right.
I can't see the picture.
Can we share the link?
I will.
If not.
Yeah, but just don't.
And was this on his?
I can't see the
personal page?
picture on my feed, so
Yeah.
I don't know if
There
it
it is.
flip flops the screen when you're mobile like this, but
It does.
All right. Zach, why you find that? Was
No,
this
there
on?
it is. So it's on the deal. You can
Okay.
you can go to it. It's just going to black out your picture, Vaughn. We won't be able to see it, but you'll be able to see the article. So
Oh,
this is
okay.
the picture he pushed out and said that, oh, well, this is the picture, right? And
Yes.
and people, his students were friends on his Facebook page.
This is personal page.
Right, but it doesn't matter. Your page isn't set to private, and you have students who are participating and seeing.
Okay.
Right, and
Okay.
he's like, "Well,
Okay.
look how innocent it is."
Yes.
But what he didn't show was the actual picture. That was just part of it. That was the picture.
Now
That's I'm about to get up in you, girl. I'm about to roll up in your ass.
It's his wife.
But it doesn't matter. You don't share that with your students. Now, if you have a public profile that your high school students are participating in, and then you have your private, that is one thing. But you don't post, I'm about to stick this up in you picture in your public
And he's the
feed.
principal.
And he is the principal. And again, it was that he was pushing the narrative that this was the picture. And that wasn't the picture. And remember, when you say shit, news organizations are going to dig like a mofo.
Yeah, because they always trying to
That's what
sell
they.
a story, man.
But this is the actual. Now I agree.
now
that
the president could get some head, but he can't
now you
be
talking about
affectionate with his wife.
Bill Clinton? They say that Bill Clinton that was full Democrat. I mean,
He didn't get reprimanded. Did this guy get
he got
reprimanded?
impeached. Hey, but that's
Who got impeached?
But you're talking about the what's his name got impeached?
Clinton.
Yeah, they
After
filed
his,
impeachment charges.
after his term was up.
No, while he was in
all
office.
that over some head.
Over some head.
And sticking cigars up in people. No, actually, he got in trouble because he lied.
Spanish.
So he lied. He that was his.
Bill
impeachment.
Clinton lied number of times. I didn't.
They all
inhale.
lie.
I didn't have
But-
sex with her.
Yeah, who doesn't inhale?
She had sex with me.
Right.
All right.
What
but
was it? That
he-
that was the
but he
last Boy
lied.
Scout. What
What-
happened? You walked in the room. My wife was naked. You slipped, and your dick got in her.
that part.
Yeah, but that is
I fell and it fell
That
right
is-
in.
not an appropriate.
I get it.
Right.
I get it.
I'm not. I personally, if he would have posted that picture, I wouldn't give him flying hoot. High school student, not high school student. Hopefully, you've had that discussion with your children. I might have said, "Hey, man, it's not truly appropriate to be having. I'm about to slip up in her."
I mean, damn.
As soon as this camera turns off, I'm just gonna move right in. It's gonna be right up in her, because I'm about to take you on
Oh
this.
man,
beach
I just
picture.
wish y'all click this link because
And she's fine.
I know y'all looking like, man, let me see this picture.
She's fine. So I ain't mad at you, man. But the idea that they were pushing this picture of him kissing her, and it really wasn't that simple.
Look, you got me licking my lips over here.
Yeah.
Hey, what was his reprimand though? What was?
They ended up firing him
They fired him
because he kept saying. Well, they fired him because he
lied.
because he kept saying that they told him to take it down, that this is the picture. They told him to take it down. And he kept saying, oh, it's because my wife's black. Or I mean, it's because
Yeah.
I'm black and my wife's white. And that wasn't, I mean, but again, he's pushing that one little picture. So they were
He
basically,
wasn't trying to give her the board of education, was he?
Yeah, he was really trying
Well,
to
they
go to
ended
the
up-
board of education.
yeah, you look at that picture. He's about to educate. You want to talk about some sex ed? He about to sex ed the hell out that girl.
Yeah.
Let me show you how it's done,
It's-
baby. We're married, so there ain't no need for no condom. Just the
Right.
tip.
Ain't no banana peel in here.
Just the tip. Right. I mean, that was just the point on educators and the response. You choose to be an educator. You choose to be, Vaughn, did you have a private Facebook and a public one? Did you
My
ever let
Facebook-
students
Educator.
on your? Did you ever let students on your Facebook?
I don't have anything that's not private.
Nothing.
Right.
Yeah, because he's Vaughn.
But
World.
it doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to have a public Facebook and you want to have your students on your Facebook page, that's fine, but it has to be appropriate content.
What constitutes appropriate nowadays?
Not preparing to slip your dick up into your woman in a
Man,
picture.
they have on jeans, bro.
He has on shorts. She has on a blue jean skirt, which is hiked up.
Okay.
Maybe it was just came. Maybe it
Maybe
came
we need to
hiked up.
revisit the video.
Maybe it came hiked up.
Oh, she have on a onesie.
She has on a mini skirt
That's a onesie.
that's crunched up because he about to roll up in it.
Not with the back. Not with the easy access back panel.
I guarantee she ain't wearing no panties under there. Something about to happen on that beach.
Breaststroke.
Yeah, something about to happen on that beach.
Moving on, man. Get off the principle.
Breaststroke. Squeeze.
Who that looking at my window?
Right, that one. The curtain pull.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Stay in the light. Stay the light shine.
You know you don't. You know you done messed up, don't you?
Yeah, Fun Friday, right here. The people.
You know you done messed up, don't you?
Oh wow!
Oh, curtain pull,
everybody.
Breaststroke, squeeze.
There you go. We've had some nice topics to give you a few ideas if you're kind of bored. But don't make anything up though, like premeditated.
Like Juicy Smollett did. He just made up. So he just said, you know what? Let's spice things up.
Spice it up a little bit.
Let's spice things up.
That was and the point that he didn't come clean about it. I mean, again, if he would have just said, hey, look, I was trying to bring light to some of the things that have gone on. I mean, because if you say that modern day lynchings don't happen, I would challenge you with the Ahmaud Arbery, the Georgia guy who got chased down by the 3 white dudes.
And that's the one that got caught on camera.
Right.
By the damn perpetrator.
But no, his got caught on camera. Smollett's, he made sure it got caught on camera.
You damn right he did. He premeditated the whole thing. This guy has some type of
Superman complex. Look at me, look at me.
It has to be some form of extreme narcissism type. Yeah.
I personally call it ignoramus.
Yeah, whatever you want to put on it. You know what I'm saying? But there's definitely.
So when your brain has a direct connection to your ass. Ignoramus.
Wow. Okay.
All right, guys. I don't think we can hit any more topics without going over our time. So
yeah,
we ready to.
Well, guys, it's been a blast, man. You guys have really helped me. Actually, hey, I think I want to go and check out some news today or tomorrow, sometime in the near future, because I've been incited.
You're just gonna call me to get the Cliff Notes.
Why not?
I'm fine with it. Hey, you're not the only one. There are 4 people who called me who are like, Zach, I heard this. What was it? Zach, I heard we were at war. We're not at war. Ukraine's at war. We're supporting Ukraine.
Hey man,
I'm fine with it.
Don't knock us for using resources.
Stuff like that. I get interested in. I flip through multiple different ones because I want to hear. Most of the time, if you listen to 1 hour of MSN and 1 hour of Fox, usually you're going to find a balance in what the actual truth is. And maybe both of them are just bald-faced lying.
That's my opinion.
But usually if you take the 2 lies and you find the middle point, there's usually some truth in it.
Of course. That they covering up.
The whole gas thing. You watch MSN, it's all Russia. You watch Fox, it's all Biden. But once you start looking into it and they start talking about, MSN will say, well, these companies just aren't pumping oil. But then you watch Fox and they're talking about how they can't pump oil because they're so regulated right now that if you think
sanctions,
no, they're regulated by Biden because Trump opened up drilling and said, y'all get to drill,
get it in,
and then Biden came in and there was no happy medium. There was like, hey, well, let's do it this way. I'm going to put a few regulations for environmental purposes, but I'm not going to complete it. But he didn't. He just he hit it to the hill, and he admitted in his earlier when he was campaigning for office that he was going to do it.
Okay, I get it. Gang banging at its best. That's
right.
what's going on. That's why we paying.
Okay, pimps up, hoes down.
And it ain't even our problem. That's them over there. Gang banging.
There you go.
They gang banging, man.
All right.
They gang banging.
Let's go. Let's get out of
With
here.
that being said, guys, again, thank you for joining us for another episode of the People's Rebuttal Podcast. We thank you so much as always. Vaughn, you want to hit me with how they find us, how they reach out to us, how they submit all of their information?
Yeah, if you like the show, please subscribe and click on the little bell for the notifications. You can join us on all the different platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Yes. Thank you. Zach, you'd like to close with anything?
I'm good, man. We
All
appreciate
right.
it. Y'all have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday. I think for most part we'll all be here if Mr. Vaughn is damn.
And just a reminder, make a fun Friday for yourself. Have a great weekend, guys. I love it.